Well, a point is a point is a point, as they say, don't they? I mean, look, it's disappointing in terms of result because you always want to get out 3 points, but it's a clean sheet, which again is pleasing. I mean, Wendy there looking a little bit fed up and probably thinking he should have done better on the opportunity he did have with the one shot and then the rebound as well. So he'd be disappointed tonight, but it's good to see a side who are in a good run of form still get a point and be disappointed with it. Is it a case of playing at home, you want to get those 3? Because Millwall done enough tonight to earn a point, you'd have to say.
No, absolutely. Millwall did deserve a point tonight with their defensive display. Disappointing, I think, a little. But if you'd have spun the results around, draw at Bristol, win here tonight, you would have taken that. But like I say, a clean sheet is really important. Millwall didn't offer too much offensively tonight as well, but they still look strong in defence. Attacking, you'd like to see a bit more creativity, a few more chances. And when Buendia gets that chance, they're so precious. Like you're saying, I wouldn't say he panicked and whatever, but you've got to be a bit more creative with your thinking. Hit it across the keeper low and into the far corner, and that's a goal all day long. But like I say, I think the manager will be happy. It's a clean sheet, a solid performance, and like you say, let's move on to Saturday.
Yeah, and let's speak to someone who has scored plenty of goals for Norwich. That's Darren Huckabee going to join us on the gantry again now. And Hucks, we're just talking about Buendia there now and the fine margins of scoring goals. Is that something he's perhaps got to add to his game to make him that much of a better player? Because he probably doesn't get enough goals.
No, well, he's scored, 2 in the last 40-plus games, which for somebody of his quality, isn't good enough. That was a problem today. In the final third, when we needed that real bit of quality, we just didn't quite have it. And like I say, Millwall didn't create anything, but they defended well, but we've created a couple of real good chances and we just didn't quite have the quality to finish them off.
So is it one of the cases tonight then, Hucks, you're happy with the point? You go away from it, not a brilliant performance, but you haven't lost, you've kept a clean sheet, and that's the positives of it. I
wouldn't really be happy because we've probably had 70% possession. We've had more crosses in the box, more shots on target. But they'll be happy. They've came here for a point. They nearly nicked it at the end with the ball that hit the crossbar, but they didn't deserve anything other than a point out of the game. So I'd be disappointed you didn't get all 3, but you move on, get ready for Swansea on Saturday. That's
the point, isn't it? Games come thick and fast. But tonight, as Rob and I said during the game and things, did it need someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck? We didn't even see that in the second half, did we? We expected someone to kind of really put their foot on the gas and make something happen. We didn't really see that happen in the second half.
Like I say, apart from the Buendia chance, we probably played a little bit better first half than did we second. We didn't really create much second half. It was a bit of a battle, Like I say, I can't see Millwall with the quality they've got being up there near the end of the table, near the end of the season. So it's probably 2 points drop, but as long as you don't concede a goal, you can build on this for next week.
Yeah, and as Rob said on Saturday at Swansea, probably a very different proposition against them. They'll probably be a little bit more expansive, I would think, than to play against Norwich. So that should suit Norwich a bit better. Yeah, you'll be a passing team against a passing team, and sometimes that helps you trying to get on the ball and gives you a bit more space. But like I say, it's just like fine margins. The couple of real chances we had today, we just didn't really have the quality, and hopefully we can put that right on Saturday. Hucks, thanks for joining us as always, mate. Get yourself home for a nice hot chocolate. Yeah, get yourself into bed. Thank you very much. Cheers, gents.
Cheers,
thanks, mate.
Cheers, Darren.
So it kind of sums up there, doesn't it? It's a night of, it is a point, it's a clean sheet, but actually Norwich could have done and probably should have done more really to win that game.
Yeah, and in games like that, they're very tight games. Millwall were really strong defensively, and when you get those opportunities like Buendia had, like I say, even Placetta in the first half, that was he worked that himself, and it was in his hit the post, which was unlucky. Buendia's chance was premium, you know what I mean? And like you say, you've got to take that opportunity and score a goal and win it 1-0. But like I say, I think Daniel will be not overly happy, but happy that there's lots of positives, clean sheet, another point in the quest to get out of this division and whatever. We've done really well up to now, 14 points out of 18, still a good return. We win on Saturday, 17 points out of 21 is a fantastic return. So, nothing to get too downhearted about, but just a bit disappointed because the game wasn't great. But like I say, Millwall set their stall out to defend. Norwich couldn't break them down. They've done that in the last 2 home games previously, late on in the game. It never happened today. But let's move on. Yeah, we didn't manage to speak to Dean Ashton at half-time, but we've got him at the end of the game. Dean, thanks for joining us again. Looking at it as a pretty
sour second half, really, wasn't it? It wasn't fantastic, but is it a case of look at the positives, the point, it's a clean sheet, and move on to the next game because they're coming thick and fast?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those games where I'm glad I'm retired, to be honest. It was, you know, the football fun sponge that is Millwall setting themselves up, you know, pretty much offered very, very little in the game, just came to frustrate. I mean, look, I thought there was some really good performances in there. I thought the two midfield players were excellent. The amount of times they won the ball back, especially in that first half, when Millwall couldn't get out of their half. I just think if the front four had been a little bit more clinical, you know, that little bit more quality in the final third, I think we'd have won the game 2-0. But they were just a little bit sloppy, the front four tonight.
And saying with that, we were saying the same thing in the studio, Dino, about how it needed the front four to kind of make something happen. And as a centre forward yourself, if things aren't going for you and chances are few and far between, what do? Do you kind of just trust the process of your players around you to create chances, or do you go looking for it?
I think it depends what type of player you are. I don't think Pookie's the type of player that's going to go and get the ball and shoot from 30 yards, whereas I probably would have been the type that felt like I could do that. So, you know, if you're going to have Pookie up there on his own, you have to provide the chances for him. And when them opportunities came along, they just didn't have enough quality in the final third to feed him. I thought that they had enough half chances in the end to win the game. You have got to be very clinical if you're going to come up against a team that are as well drilled as Millwall were tonight. But look, like Rob said, it's not the end of the world. If you're going to have a game like that, just make sure you don't lose it. And it's another point in what is always going to be a tough schedule. And
would you say as well, it's a case of this time round for Norwich in the Championship, they're probably not going to create as many chances as they did the first time when they went up. So they need to take those chances when they do get them.
Yeah, I think, look, teams know exactly how they're going to play. I wouldn't say they don't have a plan B, but they do tend to try and just keep playing their way, hope they tire the opposition. And teams are going to just come and make it, especially at Carrow Road, they're going to make it very, very difficult for Norwich to play. I thought at times, the fullbacks could have got involved a bit better. When it's that narrow and congested, that's where you want your fullbacks to give you an outlet and cause a problem. I didn't really think they offered particularly too much in the final third either. So it's about striking the balance of wanting to play cleverly through the middle, but also if they're not going to let you, obviously you're not going to play crosses into the box because they're going to win the headers, but can you feed the ball down the, in behind the defence and them sort of clever crosses? I didn't see many of them this evening.
And that's a good point because look at the game against Bristol City on Saturday. All three goals were very different type of goals. Was there not enough variety in Norwich's play this evening?
No, I thought they were pretty predictable. Like I said, they were all very narrow, and at times they almost get through. There's almost a wonderful bit of football that's crafted between all of them bodies. But the amount of times you're going to score goals through that is very rare, and it gets frustrating as well. I think if you offer a bit more variety and also with, offering a bit more width as well, I think it just gives the opposition, a few more things to think about. And there's no reason why Pookie or Steeperman can't get in the box and get in between defenders if you feed.
Well, we lost him there, but thanks to him, I think, he makes some fantastic points there, doesn't he, about how a centre forward and a creative team need to have a little bit more variety to their game. But it is a point, it's a 0-0. You've kept a clean sheet, but can they do a little bit more in these games to get the 3 points? Is it again to look back on and think, we should have won that? We could have got the 3 points there rather than just the one.
I don't think so. I think we didn't deserve no more than a draw tonight. You know what I mean? Like that's what they were saying. Emi Buendia was saying, I should have won the game. Yeah, that's 100%. But overall, I think the Norwich players will take it tonight. They're saying they didn't create it, and Dean made a good point there, saying they got into a position where they nearly did something. Or they nearly made a good pass. Nearly isn't good enough. Nearly has to be better. In the next game. So they've got to take this, get prepared. Because it's coming around in 3 days' time now. And it's going to be a tough game. It is going to be a tough. Like you said, I think Swansea will be more open and expansive with their play. So that hopefully will suit Norwich as well. So listen, let's go away. A point's a point, a clean sheet is another clean sheet as well. So let's look forward to Saturday.
Yeah, and here are the upcoming fixtures we can have a look at now. With Swansea at home on Saturday, which we're here on NR1 Live. There's Middlesbrough away, Stoke away, Coventry at home, Luton away, Sheffield Wednesday at home, and Nottingham Forest away. So a busy schedule. But again, when you look at all these games, there's nothing that jumps out to me there and think there's something to be frightened of. With the position Norwich are in at the moment, they're fairly comfortable. I think they've gone into second or third with games still playing at the moment. Yeah. They're in a wonderful position. So even though we're disappointed with the result tonight, as you said, it's about the tally over the season, over these next 5-10 games. That's where they get judged by.
Absolutely, and those runner games there, you mean it won't be Norwich saying, well, we've got these away or these at home. It'll be those teams looking and saying, we've got Norwich at home, that's going to be a tough game. We've got Norwich away, that's going to be a tough game. So that's the way we want it to be. You know what I mean? Because that's Norwich. Norwich have sort of like set the stall out and they're at the top of the table, near the top of the table now. So it's a run of games where they can accumulate enough points come Christmas time where they're going to be in and around the top.
Because I heard as well that before today's game, I think maybe before Bristol's game, they actually had more points accumulated this season than they did the time when they got promoted from the Championship before. Yeah. So people are kind of looking at it and thinking they're not really firing all cylinders at the minute, but actually their points total is well up there to where they would be before.
Yeah, well, we've seen the games in performance-wise, they're not firing all cylinders. But hey, listen, if you're not firing all cylinders, but you're still getting the points and the wins, that's fantastic, because you know sooner or later when it does click into gear, you know what I mean, Norwich are going to be unstoppable in the Championship. But they've got to get to that level now where they were 2 years ago in the Championship, whatever, like where they were just destroying teams with like goal after goal after goal. That's not happening at the moment. That's probably down to a culmination of things where, you know what I mean, they're not creating as much. So like teams are defending stronger and more in numbers. So a point at Norwich, every team that come to Carrow Road, if they go away with a point, they'll be more than happy. Yeah,
still relatively happy. And we've got to announce our competition winner here with Timo Pukki's.
It doesn't smell of gold now.
It doesn't, not quite as smelly as quite smell of goals as it used to before the game. Our winner is Sarah Howard. So congratulations, Sarah. The club will be in contact with you to give you your shirts. And of course, the goal was scored by, do you know who it was?
Jordan Rhodes.
Just because you saw the answer, didn't you?
Jordan Rhodes.
Did you hear that? Did you hear someone say that? Or did you know?
No, I didn't. I saw it actually on the VT when it showed the last time we played Millwall.
Fantastic. So congratulations, Sarah. This will be winging its way to you at some point, signed by Timo Pukki, the man himself. Rob, thanks ever so much. Great stuff as always. Yep. We're going to leave you with the goals of the month, and we will see you this Saturday against Swansea at home, live on air from 2:30 for a 3 p.m. kickoff.
Kashket, who gets tackled by Hanley, and then Cantwell picks up possession, gives it to Buendia, who has threaded it through to Pukki. Pukki into the penalty area, good chance for Norwich early on, and Pukki takes it! Inside 3 minutes, Norwich have the lead, and that is vintage Timo Pukki. A through ball, he races onto it, gets past the last defender. It's a composed finish, and it's Norwich City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0, and it's Timo Pukki on the score sheet. It's 1-1, but it's a chance here for Norwich City. Free kick. Buendia and Vrancic over it. It is going to be Mario Vrancic who curls it beautifully into the top corner! Mario Vrancic, for the second time in the space of a few days, has put Norwich in front late in the game at Carrow Road. It's absolute heartbreak for Wycombe Wanderers. They've got into the 90th minute of this game at 1-1 with Norwich City, but Mario Vrancic has just beautifully curled a free kick into the top corner, and no wonder his teammates are leading the applause. Norwich 2, Wycombe 1. What a free kick that is. He's got options up in front of him here, Marco Stiepermann, and he tries to push in Paqueta on the right-hand side. Comes infield here. He's halfway inside the Bristol City half. To Rupp, now it's on to Stiepermann, and there's space opening up for Stiepermann here, halfway inside the Bristol City half. He tries to thread it through to Pukki. He's found him, and Pukki scores! That is a lovely goal from Timo Pukki. Brilliant pass from Marco Stiepermann, brought into the team today. He managed to thread that ball through the eye of a needle. Pukki takes a touch and then finishes brilliantly. And in the 7th minute, it's Bristol City 0, Norwich City 1. ball from Gibson into the penalty area. Buendia controls brilliantly, and he scored! What a finish from Emi Buendia! That's a high ball forward from Ben Gibson. Buendia in the penalty area, plucks the ball out of the air superbly, and then finishes with composure. And Norwich get a third before half-time. It's Bristol City 1, Norwich City 3.